All right, guys, I do think we're going to get into a revision of sort. So on Whiskey Dent, this is a 1987 GMC. It was a long bed. I've cut it down to a short bed, did all the framework, the monster notch, airbags, all that stuff is on the Whiskey Dent platform. So what you're jumping into is going to be not a revision. I'll come up with something clever. 2.0. So we want to go back through this. I'd like to get it closer to an autocross setup and put smaller tires and wheels on it. And having bags on there is going to make it easier to figure out the geometry. So we're going to jump in that. We're going to swap out some tires and wheels. But if you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm John. And let me show you what this is, okay? Let's start there. So if we're looking at this, this is nothing but a 010 block. It is a 400 crank. It's a 383 stroker. And we put a new cam in it, or I had a buddy of mine put a new cam in it a few months back. Don't like it. Started hearing a little noise. That's in the last part of this series. I've got a new cam on the way, and we're going to go ahead and get this all cleaned up while it's outside. But small block stroker, you know, it's got some pretty nice parts on it. DV8 came in on the uppers. They are 1 inch in and 1 inch up. I've already clearanced for big tires in here, you know, that sort of thing. Still pretty rough. However, it's a great idea, okay? Now, on this 4-link that's in the back, if you watched the previous video, you probably got somewhat of a look at it. But we already got parallel 4-link in here. This bar that's going down there, that's to the cantilever setup. The bags are in the back. So it would be easy enough for me, if I'm thinking about this, to get rid of this cantilever part with the bag. I've already got this set up for shocks, so it'd be easy enough to make a bracket that comes off here that holds some coilovers to the back. You kind of see where I'm going? And it could be as easy as just removing a bar, a bag, and disconnecting the air lines to the tank. When I did this, I did all of this to where it could be removable. Meaning, if this truck was ever in a wreck, anything like that, everything is bolt-on that I could bolt on. Even some of the weld-on stuff I did bolt-on because if something happens, I want to be able to pull this apart. I don't want to be welding a bunch of brackets and all that. You know what I mean? So we've got some frame stiffeners that's up down here. Y'all will see that, of course, just in the tail there. It's got a 10-gallon tank under here. I've got the battery under here. Originally, we were going to put it on the side of the frame. However, I didn't have a AGM battery at the time. I just had a cheap Walmart battery in there for now. And the battery was going to be under the bed. Still don't know what I'm going to do there. But guys, this is a great platform to go ahead and start, right? So we have the exhaust that comes out. It has true duals. You know what I mean? Right outside the bed, these tires and wheels are 24s. Their backs are riding on 305s. Their fronts are 24. Here, let me tell you this. So there are 24 12s in the back, 24 10s in the front. No, 24 9s in the front. Anyhow, 305, I think a 285. But if I'm thinking correctly, I can take these tires and wheels off Miss Parker. Now, these are on adapters and spacers. This wagon is a 5-on-5 lug pattern, so is this truck. So the adapters I take off here can get lost, and we'll put those on here. You see what I'm saying? Now, these are Nittos, and if I remember correctly, they're 18 by 12 and 18 by 8. Could have been 8 and 10. I think it is 10. Yeah, that'd be a 10. So that's going to give us an idea of what we can do. And I have some spacers so that we can kind of space it out and check geometry that way. So this would be a pretty easy swap over. So where the bags are in here, I can build off the top of, you know, going over the A-arm, and I can build coilover mounts in there. I can find a set of like QA1 upper and lowers, and this could be a fairly, I mean, it's going to be expensive, but not as expensive as going air ride in all the labor involved. Everything I've done to this so far is going to benefit us in this. So, man, that was long-winded. Let's get busy. I got to clean this shop too. It's horrible. Horrible. Yeah, let's get going. Shoot. I got to rambling. Sorry. I don't even know if I'm gonna like this, but I think this is gonna get us closer to that road racing type look, the autocross deal. So these are, let's see, I remember they're Nittos. Let me just get this off. I just came to say, I don't know if I'm even gonna like this. Well, that wasn't so bad. Got that back one done. We're gonna jump on this one up here. I think I'm gonna like this. So, from love to like, we're about halfway there. You know what I'm most excited about this is when I put these on, of course I'll put the, you know, the rears are wider, I'll put those in the rear, but I want to start off with sticking one of those on the front and one on the rear, like side to side. That way I know, let's say that 10-inch wheel fits fine in the front. If I were to measure that out, will that work out well? And then I can just order 2 bigger, wider ones for the rear. You see what I'm saying? And get a matching set of Nittos on that. So, kind of what I'm thinking. Anyway, just brainstorming while I work. I'll catch you guys up in a few. We're on the last one. We're gonna get this done. I'll go ahead and get Whiskey Dent back in here and get it up on the lift. So next time we catch up, I'll have that up on the lift. We'll get those tires and wheels off. We're gonna walk through a few scenarios. Let me look. Ah. Plenty clear. I'll continue on. Oh, so heavy. The craziest thing about it is that I don't even hate it. Matter of fact, now that it's out in the light and has sun on it, oh, I kind of like it. Now, well, I like the look. I didn't even figure I'd like the look. So, let's talk about this. 18 by 8s. 18 by 6s, I believe. I don't think it's 10 and 8s. But let's look at a few things. So, this is fully aired out. It's sitting on the frame, okay? I'm going to raise it up in just a few, and we'll kind of get a ride height look. I have all the clearance in my monster notch, which I figured, even all the way laid out, my pinion angle, although is probably about 3 degrees, I still have a bunch of room in my U-joints. Guys, I could raise this up a little bit and drive it, just like I did on the 24s. So that's good news. And there's a huge tire difference between 24s and 18s. I was like, holy crap. All the room. So there's a tremendous amount of area where I could put more tire. So if we're thinking about this, and I don't know if you noticed this, probably not, I put both the wide ones on this side so I could look at, here in a minute we'll get back in there, and let me get you out of the sun. We'll get it in here up on the lift, and we'll go in there and we'll check it out and see how far it turns clock to clock. But this gives me a great idea on where I can start tire-wise. And I don't even mind these. If I just had to buy 2, I would go ahead and figure out the back spacing and get like 220 by 12s, something like that on like a 305 maybe. That would put some meat in the back, and I don't mind having the 2 18 by 8s in the front. Now, I'm going to make sure they're 8s, but I'd rather have 10s. If it was cornered, that'd be even better. But this will give me an idea. So, just right off the bat, that's great news. It actually looks pretty dope. I'm not against it at all. And a plan is working out. So, it's bound to go wrong. have to get used to. How cool is that though, guys? Tell me what you think. I'm gonna shut it down for the night. Dixie's out here just barking at everybody. But I think it's pretty cool. And you know, I said they're 18s. I don't even know. I'm gonna check because they sure look small. And if those are 18s, I'd rather have 20s. But what a cool look. This is a cool way to start the day. I don't know that I'm going to get into the cam with you guys, but I do want to get these valve covers off. Now that I've simmered down, I want to take a look and see if I can get rid of that rattle out. You know what I mean? I'm not hungry. I need to take my time and look at it. So it's quiet down out here just a little bit. Little Root is getting the wheels on here. I'll walk you around for just a second. And Ashlyn had the camera and was making stuff happen, so that's gonna work out pretty good. I'll go through that and we'll edit to the end. But she's completely into it, so that really helps. All right, so the cylinder heads, still torn down, complete. I still need to clean the intake side of this one, the exhaust side of it. However, our little workbench is together, and that's going on. So as we wind down today, and where we're gonna end this is me and Little Root, we're gonna get the wheels on this side, and we'll go ahead and lower it down. You keep in mind, I can raise the other side or lower this side to get it even, just so we can see and take a look at it and show you guys. And then tomorrow we'll get out here, we'll finish up all the mechanic stuff on it, and we'll start walking through some of the geometry. But for right now, let's get the wheels on there. This will give you guys a good place to take a bathroom break and check it out. And then we'll get right back into it tomorrow and walk through some of the geometry. These wheels fit correctly and do what they're supposed to do, then this should be a breeze. So that's it. Rooting away. Just when you think you've won a race, you start putting stuff together and you realize that, or finally noticed a crack. So the Vortex cylinder heads are out. Not a bad deal. I did some comparing and whatnot, and I went ahead and ordered a set of Pro Max, Freedoms. The 225cc 64 chamber 208 1.6 valves. They'll be here in a few days. So in the meantime, Little Root come by. We got the transmission put back together. I'm waiting on a filter for it, but we got the seals in the transmission, so it's all sealed up. And he started excuse me, scuffing up all of the wheels. This one has some etching primer on it, so he's taking his time and going through here.
I might have messed it up a little.
It happens, playa. We'll go through. We'll tape it up.
Yeah.
If you want, we'll flip these others around, and I'll do the taping, and you do the
how about that?
The deal. But he's went through here and got everything cleaned up so that our etching primer has something to stick to. It's a little chilly in here, and it's not going to get real hot and sunny, so we may have to get the heater closer over here once we get all the primer on and let them get a good bake. But anyhow, while that's up, here in just a few minutes, I'm gonna walk you guys through the suspension and what I'm thinking, because we've got this up on the lift now. All of the tires and wheels are off, so it's gonna be a good time for me to just take a break and walk you guys through this. So, Vortex heads are out, new heads are on the way, gasket kits on the way, transmission paint, parts are coming in, and we're moving forward. So, we're just stalling out. We'll do some wheels. We'll show you that. And what's that? Oh, point to it.
We got the new covers in for seals.
Seals, yeah.
Got the new seals in.
Seals, yeah.
Yeah.
Front and rear seals are done. We're moving forward, just a little rooting now. We're just rooting around for shit to do. All right. Enough with my jokes. I'll bring you guys in here in a minute. Let us get these wheels a little further along where we have a stopping point. We'll show you the process of that. And we'll walk through this geometry. And it should be pretty simple. Guys, we've been at this for hours. We're kind of getting a little method. It's working out pretty well. Sanding the inside and the outside of 4 wheels, there you go, new spot, is absolutely no fun. And we're sanded out. This will be our second round of primer on a few of these. And the first on the faces of the other 2. So we're moving forward, we're just slow at it. Okay, we'll let that one dry.
Yep.
Whew, guys, how many hours you think? Well, we've been out here all day. What time is it now, 3?
That's
4?
a good question.
Oh man, 5 hours maybe, 4 or 5 hours. Just sanding and priming, but we want it to look nice, so that counts. We're about to get some color on here, guys, and I'll bring you around when we do. So, shoo! You can get a couple. This is the last pass of primer, and we only have to do 1 wheel, 1 top of a wheel. The rest are primered, sanded down. Sam has got that one clean. I gotta sand that one sanded, so he'll go from clean to clean. We're just bouncing back and forth, guys. You get it?
Yep.
Coming up around you. Okay, new spot.
Try to do it.
Yeah. And we can sand it. The primer, we can get away with it on primer. Okay. Luckily enough, guys, we've done this about 30 different times. So we've got a real nice system worked out here.
Ooh, I didn't have to move it on that one.
Let me sit back here. When I start here, it hits inside the lugs and all those little, you know what I mean? Got about probably a little less than half a can.
Still, that's kind of what we need.
Yeah. Okay. Good thing.
Go right here because
Okay.
it's shiny.
And it's finally smoothing out now that we're at the last swoop. It's all right. We had to sand them anyway. Okay. We'll give that one more there. Put it on beak. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. 2 C's. THICC. Yeah.
Spread that one more time. It was over that little piece of metal.
We're doing all the good, guys. We're nearly done little root, or with the primer part of it. That's 90% of anything we do out here is all prep work. You know what I mean? Spend all day getting it ready for 20 minutes of painting. We got enough on there? Yeah, correct. Yeah, I can kind of see that too. Little shiny, little shine coming through. Absolutely.
Perfect.
Perfect.
I'm not going to try to move it because if I do, I'm going to mess it.
Yep, just pull it straight up. There you go. Now that one can dry.
I'm going to set this down. I'm going to go wet that microfiber down.
Yeah. You know how to use the fireproof or the frostproof hose out there? It's got the big stem sticking up. You just lift up the handle.
Oh, yeah. Because I'm used to going to the lake.
So we've got most of the work done, the sanding and stuff. We're in a delirious state of, let's get it done. Some of these lips don't want to hold the paperboard and stuff. But we'll bring you in right quick. Root, you wanna
Yep.
Walk around with that for a second and show them the wheels.
Yep.
All right.
What he was talking about, the lip can't hold them, is that, see how this one's holding it? Over here on this one, it's coming out to where it won't hold the paper.
Meaning this lip is facing forward. If we try to stick cardboard in there, it comes in at an angle instead of up where we can paint. Good point.
Good on
I'm
this
glad you
one.
mentioned that.
This one's looking good. This one we just finished up on. But on all of them, except for this one, we have to do the back on. Wait, no. We have to do the back on this one, but...
This one's the only one that has the back, but we need to do it again.
This one's the only one that has the back. We need to do it again, because we didn't do it too good the first time.
Oh, man. That looks good.
Yeah.
Those look real good. Right on. Set them up on their deal. No, set it up on there. Let's flip them over. Let's get going. Oh, shit. We still got to do this one. Yeah, we're going to put you in a pause. And we're going to figure this one out. We got the lip to do on one, and the rest of them are done. The lips. I'll get this.
All right, guys. So we got them done, painted, looking pretty good.
Looking pretty snazzy.
We accidentally scratched it a little right there, picking it up, flipping it back over, but it's okay. We'll just sand it, repaint it. It's okay. From far away, nobody will know. Nobody will know. This one. And they're all looking pretty good.
Yep, they are.
Trying to spray paint this one a little more.
Yeah, and those little jams. I just want to make sure that we have enough.
Yeah.
There we go. Think we may have got it, Rue?
Yeah.
Guys, this is taking all day long.
All day.
All day. But we had to sand them down, so we started with that little deal you seen. Sand it down. Then come in with 400 grit, sand all that, prime it with etching primer, 2 heavy coats. We had to let them dry. Sand in between those, and then the final. And Sam might be breaking his neck on camera. But all in all, it's taken all day. However, I think this is going to turn out pretty well. Now, the color of this is that Duplo color wheel, gold wheel coating. And there was this one. There was one that was more like a bronze. And there was one that was rose gold. Go ahead. And this is the one I think, oh, with all the sun on it, dude, that's way better. Open it up. Let's look at it. They got a convoy of misfits. All right, Rude. Look at that, buddy. Look at it now that it's all, man, that's gold. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hope that looks okay on there. I'm sure it'll look fine. It'll be fine. 2 cans did 4 wheels, guys. A couple coats apiece. The etching primer we ran out right at the end. So if you're going to do 4 wheels and they're 10 inches wide by 20, get 3 cans of each. That way you know you have enough. Because we're right at the end of the second can of that gold. But I think we've got it. And I put enough in there where the back lip's painted. You know what I mean? Like it's a fairly nice job for some garage stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you pleased with it, little buddy?
Yeah.
Cool.
For all the work we've done? Yes.
Yeah. That's a lot of work. It's all day. And that's it for today, guys. So tomorrow, we've got to start cleaning the shop. We're going to go ahead and get ready to pull the engine. The heads and stuff will be here Tuesday. The gasket kits will be here Tuesday. I think I've already mentioned all this to you guys. But we had a day with empty space, so I was like, let's do the wheels. And I'm glad we did. Good job, Root. Bam! We'll see you guys next time. Let's talk about a few things now that it's quiet down. Little Root has been out here all day with me, and man, I appreciate the help, little buddy. We got all those wheels and tires. Man, We had to sand them with the air, then came in with 400 grit with hand, had to get in all the cracks, the divots. I mean, we took our time. We got them all sanded, etched, primed, sanded again, etched, primed again, sanded again, and then painted. 4 wheels, fronts and backs, ins, outs. Like if you was to look at that, you're gonna go, that's a pretty solid job. But I wanted the young kid to, or me too, do it right the first time, take the time. He's good help, and that means a lot. And again, thank you, Sergio. Those are gonna work perfect for this. I'll find some later that fit this style of truck better, but I didn't want chrome on here. I can't do that, and that was the next best thing. And I may even pinstripe a red bead around it or something. But anyhow, let's talk about this this rear setup now that I have everything off here. Okay, so this is a 4-link. This came from Alex V Metalworks. I'll put his information down in there. He's out of California. So you can order this kit, and it's for square bodies. Actually, it's for 1-tons. But it worked for square body. That's why the diameter of everything is so big. This is a really beefy setup. But so this is a 4-link on a cantilever kit. Cantilever being this piece here and this here. So that's our pivot point. This would be, like if you was on a seesaw, that would be the fulcrum. And then you have this. So as this raises up and down, it's adjusted by this, pushes up and down on the rear end. Super, super nice setup. You can see the Watts link in here. This is the piece that's going from here to here. Mounts to both sides of the axles. Then you see that big brace that I built over there. And there's one back over here. And that keeps this rear end from shifting side to side. So I don't think I'm going to have much slide and travel. Now, if I was to do a coilover, and that's what I want to do, I'm going to have to come off the back side of this or on top of this and come up. So I need to be about where this other shock is. I can be up in this mount up there. However, I want it to be in a position where they're easy to change. Now, what I'm thinking is if I can put a coilover in there, you know, top down to bottom down, and I let air out of the bag, will that be sufficient? You know what I mean? I don't know that I want to pull the airbags out just yet, but how low can I get it with a coilover? And will that ride? Having the airbags is kind of cool, but it wouldn't hurt my feelings if it all come out. You know what I mean? Especially if we're going to be building a spicy little street truck that you could slide corners, well, let's say stick corners. It slides corners now. That's the problem. On the front, this is going to be a little tough. Typically, your coilover comes in this pocket, goes up here, and that's where it's at. So they make a bracket that fits on top, it holds the coilover, and it's on your lower control arm. So it goes through that pad. And that's a very good way to do it. Now, I don't know how we can get around this. I have a little room here. I don't know if the geometry, or let's not even say that, I don't know if that's the best way to do that. You know, I can have these transmission lines scooted over just to scotch and have it out here. I don't know that that's going to be good. So I'm still kind of looking at that and how I can do it. And as I said, I don't necessarily want to get rid of the bags because I think it's cool. We'll kind of play it by ear and see what's available. One thing you got to consider is I would like to have sway bars on here so I don't have body roll. You can't really do that with bags. I have independent corners where you can drop the front and raise the back and it's all stink bugged and stuff. So that's kind of cool, but I want sway bars on this. I'm more into wanting this to be like performance. Having the bags is cool and cruising is cool and it's dope and like people like it. But it just wasn't awesome to drive. It was cool to drive, but it's like taking one of your friend's cars out. You're like, yeah, this is cool, but it's not mine. Or like, you know, it's just weird. I don't know how to explain it. It's dope, but it's not an absolute riot. That's what I needed to say. So wheels are done. Got to clean up all the tires. Root's been over here. I mean, guys, this took forever. And everything is a mess. So I'm going to get out here. I'm going to start cleaning everything because I have got just stuff scattered everywhere. And as the engine parts come in, I want to have everything clean so that when everybody comes by, it's all set up and we can jump on it in a section. You know what I mean? Pull the engine out, transmission's ready to go, torque, you know what I mean? Like out, put everything together, and maybe even, you know, a few hours later, putting it back in and starting it up. So we're going to see how that goes. But I wanted to show you all the geometry on that and what I'm thinking. And let's just keep rocking forward on this. So Whew, I'm gonna call this a day. I realized I forgot to tell you guys a few things. Down here on this 4-link, what you're looking at, this is non-adjustable. And apparently I nicked it with a Sawzall doing something. Anyhow, what we've got to do is we've got to put adjustable ends, at least on one side. If you put them on both sides, you know, one's right hand, one's left hand, under extreme amounts of pressure, they can loosen one up. But anyhow, they make slip hinds, but I know I need to get adjustable links for these, and it wouldn't hurt if I'm going to be doing that, put adjustable ones on the watch link. So anyhow, that's that. I've done a bunch of checking, and to convert to coilovers is extremely expensive. If you want to be competitive, that sort of thing, we're going to have fun with this, and that's the whole point of it, is it gets way funner when you can trash on it. But the tires and wheels are done, so we're going to call this video here in just a few minutes. I'm going to get those tires and wheels on here, and let's take a look at it. And that'd be a good spot to leave on this video. We know what we want. I need to get some parts coming. The next video, we're going to be jumping on that engine, transmission, the cam swap, the new heads, intake, all of that stuff. We're fixing to go through that. So you guys watch me put these on right quick, and let's check it out. Yes. If you guys are mad at that, then y'all don't even like puppies. Man, you want to talk about a change? So let's go over this. If we're thinking performance oriented, now we got 20s on a 10-inch wheel with 315, what was it, 315 45 ZR 20s. There's a lot of meat for a 20-inch tire, or for a 20-inch wheel, excuse me. Well, and tire. That's going to get us to do what we need to do. We get that new cam and all the heads and, you know, all that buttoned up. Get the new transmission in here. Guys, this should run way better. And this is going to hold onto the road a lot better than those 24-inch. This will be a lot more nimble. Now, it is still on airbags. And I'm going to deal with that. Well, I say deal with it. I enjoy it on airbags. It's not bad. That's never been a problem, you know. My biggest deal was those great big wheels. Just not fun. Cool, but not fun. So anyhow, that's where I'm going to leave you guys, man. The next video, we're going to jump into the engine, so feel free to join in. If this is your sort of thing, man, go ahead and hit the like button. Leave a comment. Subscribe if you wish to do so. And until next time, guys, peace and cheers. And just go build it. Go build cool stuff. I'm going to walk around this like a pigeon with a french fry for a little bit. So, God, this is so much cooler. Let me just bring you around. Give y'all something to look at before we leave. You can't tell me that isn't just bad as hell. And then you open it up, old beat up old truck, got a nice clean interior. Square body doors. New seals. Perfect. I'm gonna wind up painting those exhaust escutcheons. That's it, guys. Go build it.